Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome back with episode 4. Technically, this is like 4.2 because I recorded it, but I really didn't like the quality. So, forgive me for the last 3 vids I put out. It was just super low res and look fuzzy and pixelated. But hopefully we got this one right, better quality, and we can move forward. You feel me? So this next mission is nothing, so we're just gonna fast forward through it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Enjoy. I hate when it does this, bro, because it doesn't show me the freaking gadgets. Look at this shit, bro. PC Master Race my ass. If I was playing this on PS5, I would not be going through this shit.
Look, it's that guy who thinks he's Spider-Man.
Uh-oh.
Ice him. Get back! Beginning to think we're out of here.
Mink, mink. All right, so we caught it. How you do it? Spider swing. Weave. Ooh, we got me with that. All right, we doing too much now. Yeah, I don't know how either, but video game logic. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the only reason why I got hyped off of the move of Spider Swing is because when I say early 2000s, maybe like late 90s,
Okay, well, this night isn't
there
quite
was a
going
little
as
game
planned.
called Marvel
I
vs.
gotta sleep.
Marvel vs.
I could try
Capcom,
MJ's.
where there was a fighting game called Marvel Superheroes, that I ended up getting. If it was my birthday, whatever, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that it was the first fighting game I had played since maybe Street Fighter 2 that I was invested in. And like when I say invested, like I beat the whole thing with every
Alright, how am I gonna
character.
talk my way onto
And
MJ's couch?
Spider-Man was my favorite. I mean, Spider-Man's been my favorite character, superhero, whatever, since I was maybe like
Any chance I could stay over?
11, 12. And I got like, I think I got a toy from McDonald's.
MJ!
And
it's just
around
in the
that
neighborhood.
time, like the show was out, so I started watching that, and then
Hey,
like the
MJ,
live action
now that we're
movies with
talking
Tobey
again, I thought maybe-
Maguire,
Oh,
which,
that just sounds
if I haven't mentioned before, not my favorite
Why
Spider-Man.
am I making this
I
such a
think
big
all
deal?
of them were garbage, with the exception
friends,
of
right?
Spider-Man
We crash on
2,
each other's couches
and
all the time.
that was only made
Not
good
weird or
by the
anything.
performance of Doc
It's just a
Ock. I
couch.
don't know the guy's name,
MJ's couch.
but
Thinking.
that guy can act, and I was so happy to see him in. I mean, spoilers,
got a web on
spoilers, but I was so happy to see him in
Looks like MJ's story just got published. I think
the
I'll find
newer
somewhere else to stay.
Spider-Man movie.
She's probably busy with work.
I feel like that's the level, that's the platform he deserved. That
I wish
Sam
Harry was in
Raimi
town.
shit,
I could crash with
I
him.
understand that some people like the melodramatics and shit like that, but it's just not for me. Like,
Someone left me a voicemail.
excuse my language, but yeah.
Hey there, Spider. Long time no see. Miss me? Come to this address. Catch me if you can.
Uh-oh. I think I know that voice.
Miss Felicia, I don't know what her last name is, but I think I mentioned it before. Maybe it was the other video that I didn't
10:30.
upload.
Armored vehicle is
But,
under arrest from men in mass.
I felt like
Going in the West
I'm
Village.
way more interested in
Hello, Spider. Been thinking about you a lot lately. We were good together, weren't we? Maybe it's time to reignite the flame.
Black.
the fact that they put Miles, gave him his own game, and I'm gonna get more into that too. But the Miles thing could have been a DLC. I don't felt like I don't felt like I don't feel like they put enough into that game to actually call it all game.
Hey,
Because if
Yuri,
I wanted to, I
still
feel like I
have
could
Black
beat
Cat's
that
suit
in like
equipment in the
5-6
evidence locker,
hours.
right?
If I didn't do any side missions, I could have run through that game.
Maybe. Just double check and let me know if her gear is still there.
Like it felt like a beefed up. Like if they would have gave that to us as a DLC to this, and then gave us
Hey, May.
whatever,
You're calling late.
it would have been
What's up?
crazy.
I thought we were gonna meet up for dinner tonight.
So I'm assuming
right.
that
I'm sorry, I forgot. It's been a hard day. We lost funding at the lab.
Oh, Peter, I'm sorry.
I
Aunt
also
May.
kinda
I
got
do love
evicted
Aunt
from my
May in this.
What? Do you have a place to stay tonight?
Actually, no. Not really. I hate to ask, but any chance you have room at the shelter?
Of course. Feel free to use the couch in my office.
Thanks, May.
I'll be 100% honest too. I loved every version of Aunt May there was. I don't think I've ever been like, oh, this one's too old, this one's too young. Even the Marissa Tomei, the sexy Aunt May that they went with the new one, I love that too. Like they did pretty much like the old grandma geezer version in Toby. She was wonderful. They did like the young middle-aged version in Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew. She was amazing. What else? I like the version in the cartoon. And then the version in this one too, they knock it out the park. Uncle Ben's too. There was some that was probably forgettable, but for the most part, I kind of enjoyed like watching all of them. Mary Jane's, like I said, I like Kristen Dunst in that one. Thank God Amazing Spider-Man did something different, because I feel like sometimes you just overdo it trying to do the same thing over and over again. So the fact that they put I forget her name, and she's one of my favorite actresses too, it's just I have a bad memory. Pretty much the one that played Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man. Wonderful job. She did a wonderful job. She played that part of like police daughters. Like she did that. She knocked that out the park. I forget what they called
Hope May's couch is comfortable.
Zendaya. I forget what they call Zendaya. I know it's her initials are MJ. Is to give the like the effect of her being MJ, but she's not Mary Jane Watson. So it's a different character altogether. But I loved it. Matter of fact, I loved her. She might be my favorite iteration. She was different. She wasn't the same. They actually did something creative with that. Like it was dope. It was dope.
I can't take this.
You can and you will.
Watch that while I wipe this coffee.
Soon.
Just ask for help next time. Oh, you are so much like Ben. You have to learn to swallow that Parker pride and accept that you're human, like the rest of us. Martin.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know I'm headed out of town. You're in charge while I'm gone.
Well, you can count on me. How long will you be away?
Really don't know.
Is everything okay?
It's some personal business I've been planning for a while. But please take care of this place. It represents the best part of me.
Well, I guess I better get busy.
I'll be glad when it's over.
So you know what type of time and I'm on.
Less in public speaking, but I'm calling about something else.
What's up?
Just got a tip that the demons are moving on the Fisk construction site in Midtown. My wife would kill me if I ditched the ceremony prep to play cops and robbers, but I thought maybe my friendly neighborhood partner would want to know.
Understood. I'll do a swing by, let you know what I find. And hey, here's a tip on public speaking. Just picture everyone in their underwear. Wait, not Osborne. You know what? Just never mind.
Shame on it. And tried to put game on it. Yeah, I didn't even end up doing that mission. It was just like finding pages around the city. Like I talked to the guy that unlocked it and then the mission started. Well, the mission popped up.
Jeff, I'm here.
What do you see?
Find the rest. The boss wants them dead.
Looks like the demons are moving in on Fisk's territory.
You got this?
I got this.
Okay. You don't need that.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, you still got your hands up.
Fisk, your men are safe. Your turn. Who runs the demons?
Maybe he's there. Maybe he isn't. Check the roof.
I've missed these cryptic Fisk talks.
And then how would he know he's on the roof?
Hello again.
I mean, I think all these cranes are there not just for like the sake of the building, but I think they're also like an Easter egg thing for Amazing Spider-Man. It's probably the dumbest, weirdest thing they did as far as like lining up a bunch of cranes. Like, if you ever been in New York, they've never had a setup where it's like a bunch of cranes being worked, like a bunch of buildings being worked at the same time. Right, like every building has different maintenance, and I barely was able to press that.
That
Anyways,
just happened? Yeah.
it's just super unlucky. So maybe like people who've never been in New York might have been like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
things with
cool.
the
But
demons got
New York is,
complicated.
anybody who saw that was like,
Like,
what?
Yuri, I got this.
Like, you barely see cranes and like that unless you like work in Midtown. And even then, like I said, they don't do maintenance all the time.
Oh, rockets.
We
That helicopter is destroying the city.
I know.
You need to bring it down.
I know.
Maybe you could superhero a little faster?
Working on it, Yuri. Call you when it's done.
barely does that.
Now's my chance.
Let's go.
Hope I live to regret this. Hi, is this the flight to Newark?
From New York. Now that's some lazy shit. I don't even know if
The helicopter, sir!
I don't even know if you could do such a
One
thing.
engine down. Now for the second. This is your master plan? Replace Fisk? Fisk is on spinning! Need a plan. Need a plan real fast. I guess this is the plan! Come on, Pete, you got this. You got this, you got this, you got this!
That was BS. I pressed it, bro. Got Mark Anthony playing in my ear. What's going on?
Need a plan. Need a plan real fast. I guess this is the plan! Come on, Pete, you got this.
I might sound like a masochist or whatever the term is called. But I do hope in the future that we'll get games like this for like mainstream
Don't
superheroes.
screw this up.
That's so satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Superhero pose. I hope we get games like this, like on a Deadpool level, with this level of attention and detail that are like R-rated experiences.
Cool, thanks. Do they have a
Because I felt like it. I know not everybody likes like blood and gore stuff like that, but it just is. There's so much weight. There's so much more weight to a game
Might want to bring a ladder.
where they like show that kind of stuff because you're more motivated
Hey, fanboy.
to like defeat the bad guys.
I'm late.
And but not like senseless killing, right? Like you see certain things and it's like, all right, that changes you. I'm about to play Spec Ops, which is a game I heard that like kind of has weight to the things you do, and I just watched like a whole breakdown of
MJ, did they start the ceremony yet?
They're still setting up. Where are you?
Got hung up at work. Be there soon.
15. I just listened to a whole podcast about
All units be advised. Armed robbery in progress.
I just listened to a whole podcast about what is it called? I hate having a bad memory. What game was that? Oh, the Nier series. And how the director wanted to change the way games were made as far as like senseless killing. One of the examples he made is like in a lot of games, you get rewarded the more people you kill. And like, it was like in reality, you'd be like a mass murderer. Like you'd be a serial killer because you just go around killing people and there's no punishment or whatever, which is not true. There's a lot of games that do punish you for that stuff and do tell stories based on what you do. And those are the best games where like they incorporate the gameplay and the story, the game story, and make it all feel like it makes it all come together in a creative way.
And we'll be right out front.
But yeah, that's what I mean by like having like an X-Men story where you're killing
You'll be fine, honey.
like people who are trying to
I was in high school. Miss Steinberg gave me a C-.
like invade Professor X's
Only
school,
Miss Steinberg could see you now.
but then you have to deal with the weight of the families that you've taken like their providers away or their husbands and the brothers and all that and the uncles, right? Kind of like Age of Ultron did with Marvel. Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the most underrated movies. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but the fact that it gave us Vision, the fact that
Before I hand it off to Mayor Osborn,
it kind of started the whole thing with Thanos.
I think this gang war may finally be over.
Like as far as like cementing that like he was coming. Because before then they kind of teased him, they put him in, but I don't think they had any plans to do anything because they didn't know that they was gonna be as big as they were.
I just don't know what.
But that was like the first movie that they said no, the Infinity Gems exist. And for anybody who's familiar with those, boom, we know that was coming. And then I just love that
We all know
the villain was just Tony Stark. It was just a more extreme version of him on the other side of things.
I could come over.
And the voice actor, I really like him too. I don't know his name, but
Or we could,
yeah.
meet at a totally neutral location for a completely normal meal cooked by professionals.
for acts of extraordinary bravery, above and beyond the call of duty, it is my privilege to present Officer Jefferson Davis.
Maybe it's the way they
Department
just
Medal of Honor.
Phone call, sir.
Kind of in the middle of something here, Jim.
Sounds urgent, sir.
Fine.
I was gonna say maybe it's the way that they presented her. She feels more like a nerd to me. And I feel like if they would have like revamped her who she is,
Thank you.
because like reporters, I don't think they do the same type of work like that anymore. If they would have, if they would have made her way more digital, not a blogger, because I don't want to see that either, but kind of like a
I've worked many years for this moment.
Who is this?
Over the coming days, your company, your city.
no. I think my biggest issue with Mary Jane, other than like her attitude, because I thought it was her personality, but there's a lot of women who have her personality that are pretty fine. Like they're confident, strong women. I think it's the attitude. It's kind of like how it's presented. It's annoying to me, and her position, right? Like I felt like they could have had Miles doing the little crawling around stuff instead of her, right? or just replace. They should have just put Felicia. Because I would have much rather been a cat burglar as Felicia and like have her a part of it. But I think that's what they wanted to make it more like a DLC with Black Cat. But yeah, I just did not like Mary Jane's position as like a journalist. It feels so like typical story game type stuff. Like every love interest is like that. It's like involved in that type of way, and I just don't care for it, bro. So my fault for any over obsessive Mary Jane bashing. If you know, if I'm wilding out, drop calm and let me know if I'm bugging out. I just felt like they was doing too much for our character. We didn't need that much of Mary Jane.
Can you hear me, baby?
Real talk.
Squeeze my hand if you can hear me. Stay here. I'm going to find your father. Peter. Peter, wake up. Come on, say something, please.
So I guess it's a spoiler for those who might have not seen the
Mom!
I guess the Spider-Man game that comes after this is Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Crazy.
Pretty much means he's the other Spider-Man, and that's why we're playing with him. In this story, I won't spoil like what happens and kind of like how it starts, but that's pretty much what it is. Again, this playthrough is mostly meant for people who've already seen it, or those who want to get into the story and don't really know how things connect. So I'm not gonna sit here and like kind of beat around the bush, because that's kind of what I want to do, is have like my like mini conversations about some of the things that go on.
Mom!
But yeah.
Damn it! Hurry!
Speaking of which, I saw Spider-Verse in the movie theaters. The first one, I forget what it's called, but I remember sleeping on it. I wanted to go see it. I love the style of it, but I don't know. I guess I was going through stuff and I didn't get the opportunity to go see it.
Yes, I'm gonna be alright. I'm gonna be alright.
But I definitely regret it. So I bought the digital copy, and this one I went to go to the movie theaters to see, the second one. Just as good. I know it's some people get hyped up from seeing it. I will say I don't like it.
Right there.
I was gonna say I don't like it more than I like the first one, but I don't like it a lot less. Right? It's like right there to me. Like if the first one was like a 9.5, the second one was like a 9.3.
Where do you think you're going?
What's dumb is we acting like they couldn't see him. Like, bro, you was like 2 feet from him with all that open space. He saw you, but you know, video game logic. Damn. That looked like that homeless lady, or at least she had the same beating on. Hey, yo, can you move, bro? Mind your business or something? Damn. He dead.
Can't cross yet.
No shit.
Okay.
Again, he right there. He didn't see that. Questionable. They ain't see me crawling up this. I'll speak more on it later, but a lot of this scene don't really make that much sense.
Dad was right there. Gotta help him.
I never noticed that the glass.
I got you, Dad.
I was about to say, like 14 years old.
No. Stop. No.
Enough! We have to leave. Now.
And him. Number one, as the story goes on, I don't know why I'm stuttering. As the story goes on, they'll explain why he's bad, and they still don't add up why he did all of this. Like, all these dead people, for the reasons that he had, don't make sense. That's why I say villains can make or break something. And if it wasn't for the Sinister Six,
Wake up, Dad. Wake up.
if it wasn't for the Sinister Six, I'd have felt the way. Like, we start this whole game fighting the Kingpin, which is a great scene. Whenever you fighting the, I hate to call them lower tier, it's just lower power. Like, Kingpin is definitely top 10 villains in Spider-Man universe, but it's not the villain you want to see him fight at the end. And I feel like that's the problem that Miles Morales faced, where it's like, it didn't make sense. Like, it doesn't add up. Even with the explanation that they gave, it didn't add up why the final boss was the final boss in that game. But again, I'll get to that when we get there. We have Spider-Man, and I forget his name, but the nigga guy, which nigga, I'm not saying nigga, I'm saying nigga, which is supposed to be like that, like neon black and white thing. Is supposed to be like it's always looked at as like the evil version and stuff, like the dark version.
I'm Peter Parker. I was at City Hall when... Look, I know you don't know me, but I just wanted to say, I know what you're going through. That's what you were gonna say, right? Or it all gets easier with time. Or don't worry. It's part of God's plan. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. You know?
He was kind of a dick there, but he was speaking facts.
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
People do be saying, "Oh, I know what you're going through. If you need it, da da da." I've said it just because I just don't know what to say. Right? I felt like it's an awkward situation where you don't want to say, you don't
I'm busy. What's up?
want to be quiet. You want to comfort them, but there's nothing you can say to comfort somebody who's lost somebody that important in your life.
He's the guy.
Get me some solid evidence and we'll talk.
Solid evidence. Right. Hey, it's
I was
me.
just about to talk, and then she comes. Matter of fact, I don't care.
I'm
Shut up,
thinking
Mary
this through.
Jane.
And that kid lost his father.
I know you too well to say you should give yourself a break. What about the police? Do they have any leads on me?
They're not even looking for him. Even Yuri doesn't believe me.
Then it's up to us.
Which is what I wanted to say. It don't make sense that Yuri doesn't believe him. The only excuse I could say is that she's a cop, so she's not gonna operate off a hearsay she say. But I would think she would have had enough confidence in him to be like, hey, I can't do anything until you get evidence. So just make sure, figure it out, because you know, people are gonna, it's gonna be an issue.
They're all claiming Martin Lee has the power to, quote, corrupt people.
Corrupt? What does that mean?
They say it's sort of like mind control. It brings out the negative part of you. Makes you do things you wouldn't normally do.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
This is coming from a guy who can run up walls.
If she talking facts, still don't like her. Let you down.
Was right.
I guess I'll do this last part before I
Gotta take these guys out. Then
before I end it.
Oh man.
It's still in Fisk
Explosives
stuff.
from Fisk's construction site. Guns from Fisk's armory. Truck bombs. This is crazy. Lots of high-tech equipment.
I'll tell you why that's weird in a second. Alright, this thing.
These must be where they're planning to attack. Wait, these are Osborn campaign offices. This wasn't a gang war. The demons were stealing from Fisk to go after Mayor Osborn.
Hey, did you find Lee?
No, but you were right. Lee's using this place as a front for the demons. Bomb making, gun running.
Oh my god.
And it looks like they're planning another attack. This time on Norman Osborn's campaign offices.
We must have some kind of beef with Norman Osborn.
I found an address here. I think it's their staging area. If I hurry, I might be able to stop them.
Be careful.
Alright, with that, I'm gonna end it here because I've been going pretty long.
Yuri, it's me.
A lot of it is
Getting yelled at by my boss.
Martin Lee and the demons are planning another attack, this time on Norman Osborn's campaign offices.
Are you sure? We've had a lot of false leads in the past week.
Trust me on this one. I'm sending you the address of a recycling center. You'll find all the evidence there.
Got it. I'll get those campaign offices evacuated. But if you're wrong about this, you're gonna help me find a new job.
I mean, I guess I get this suspicion. It just don't make sense, but she don't believe him now. Like, why am I just making this up? It's a random person. It ain't like we going after Osborn, where it's like, oh, there's probably gonna be some huge repercussions, whatever. There's gonna be some huge consequences if we don't do it by the book or we mess up. But it's like, all right, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna start the next mission later on. I like this view too. This view is fire. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Episode 4. Episode 4. I'm happy to jump back into it. A little disappointed because I wanted to be way further in episode wise, but we're moving along. So there's nothing really to get too frustrated about. I want to thank you guys for coming through. If you have any suggestions about, like, you know, the game, or just really what I want to do is have conversations with you things. So please drop snipe that like button if you get a chance, and you know what I mean, anything, any love, even just watching this. Even just spending your time watching this is much appreciated. I love all of you guys. I've been seeing the likes go up more than usual. When I first started, like, I remember it would take like months to get 10 likes. Now some of these episodes have like 20 to 30. So, and they're like, what, days apart of each other. So I want to appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I know these things are long, they're like movies, but I really just wanted to do something meatier than what I've done in the past. And so I feel like as I get better and better at it, I'll be able to like trim more of the fat and just put out shorter episodes. But until then, thanks for rocking. See you in the next one. Peace.